Hey guys, Robert here, and as I said before, we're going to be doing some more spooky retro horror games as we go over one of my favorite indie-made horror games, the Chzo Mythos, starting with 5 Days a Stranger, done by Yahtzee Ben Croshaw. Just give me a moment to check something. Hey Ingrid. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be going over the Chzo Mythos done by Ben Croshaw, aka Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation, now fully Rambomatic. Now keep in mind, this is not going to be a great game. This is it's not going to be bad. Come on, load up. I don't have a name. I used to have one. A lot of people would like to know what it is. Some call me Trilby, and as a name, it suffices. I've been called many things. A burglar, a hoodlum, a criminal. I prefer to think of myself as a gentleman thief. And tonight, I've something potentially very rewarding in store. My fence phones me in the middle of the night and asks me if I know about Defoe Manor. Apparently, the last of the Defoe line has obligingly died without heirs, leaving all the family valuables up for grabs. The lawyers have got the place locked up tight, of course, but that's never stopped me before. And the place is, of course, deserted. Yes, this should be a painless and rewarding evening's entertainment. But yeah, so basically, 5 Days a Stranger. Now, to make it clear, this game is rough. It's going to be rough, but it's more the story that I like. And yeah, we deal with Trilby, a gentleman thief, as it says. So let's start up, shall we? He has an umbrella with a grappling hook. Idioms? And the gentleman thief makes his entrance. Damn. Empty. Guess the first solicitor and the family solicitor got here first. Alright, let's try and leave. It won't open. Must have been jarred shut somehow. Well, I guess I'll have to take the old-fashioned way out. By the way, here's a little funny gag if you keep looking at the door. It's a door. It's a door. It's another door. It's what we in the trade call a door. It's a large rectangular piece of wood used to fill large ungainly holes in the wall. It's a door. What more is there to say? As you have probably already figured out, this is a door. My keen senses tell me that this is a door. Is this a door I see? Is this a door I see before me? It's larger than a window and smaller than a garage, so I guess it's a door. I think of all the doors I've seen here, this is all and by far the best. I take it back. This is the best door in the whole house. I used to go out with a girl who had a door just like that. Have I already told you about the girl who had a door just like that? Her name was Patricia. She had eyes like sapphire, hair like a fountain of night, and the most incredible pair of earrings I had ever seen. Anyway, she left me for the lead singer of The Doors, which explains why this door reminds me of her, I suppose. Sorry, I have a tendency to ramble when players won't stop looking at the bloody doors! But yeah, this uses AG. What? Oh, no, no! Stay away from me! Stay away! What got into him? Oh, wait. I keep forgetting I'm wearing this thing. But who the hell was that guy? I was under the impression this house was empty. Well, let's take a look around, shall we? Nothing in here. Let's see, is there anything behind the curtain? Nothing here. How anticlimactic. Like I said, this is Trilby. He's a gentleman thief. Oh, only stealing those from people who have no need for it. Like in this case, he's robbing a place that has no family, no nothing. There's no heirs. Let's look at the newspaper here. Should always keep abreast of day-to-day events. It's a copy of the local paper dated last Friday. Heir to Defoe estate found dead. Sir Clarence Defoe, last of the long-running Defoe line, was found dead yesterday in his home. Defoe, 24, was found hanging from a tree in the front yard of Defoe Manor. His recent bride, Julia Swanson Defoe, was also found dead in the mansion, apparently stabbed to death. Inspector Jacob Barnes, the officer in charge of the investigation, and has closed the case. There's no mystery here, he said. Defoe killed his wife and then himself. We've already disproved the possibility of a third party. Sir Clarence solicitor Michael Chasham, hey Tress, however, has gone on record questioning the inspector's judgment. The last I saw Sir Clarence, he was infinitely content. He would never have committed such an act. Plus, there was no suicide note. So, yeah. Now keep an eye on this painting here. It's a pleasantly professional quality portrait of a bearded man in a Victorian explorer's outfit. A little plaque on the bottom reads, Sir Roderick Defoe. Like I said, this is going to be a little bit on the rough side. Oh. Evidently, no one cares if I starve in this place. A bag of salt. A cabinet containing a large bag of salt. It's too big to carry around with me, but if I ever need lethal quantities of salt, I'll know where to look. Dread. Pick up sticks. Pick up sticks. Well, if I already know where to go. Ooh, nice painting. Let's turn on the news. Had no comment this time. In other news, the society world is shaken of the sudden death of Sir Clarence Defoe. Sir Clarence and his wife Julia were found dead last Thursday in Defoe Manor. Our correspondent Peter Daltrey has the report. It was just 4 weeks ago that this place was a buzz of activity as Sir Clarence Defoe moved in with his new bride, Julia Swanson Defoe. Now, after this shocking tragedy, the place is quiet as the tomb and empty of human life. Sir Clarence had only proven his attachment to the Defoe lineage almost 1 year ago, and since then had been renovating the long-abandoned family mansion in preparation for his marriage. The police had already declared the tragedy as a murder-suicide, although many have insisted that Sir Clarence was incapable of such an act. The debate rages on, while the fate of the house and family fortune remains unclear. This is Peter Daltrey, BBC News, Defoe Manor. Thank you, Peter. Our top story again, Minister. I hate television. I'll take that cord. Hey! Oops. It's about time you showed up. I'm sorry. And well, you should be. I've been stuck in this house for days. Where's the way out? I'm sorry, I don't understand. You are the guy who owns this place, right? No. Oh, so how'd you get in here? A window on the second floor. Is it still open? No, it jammed shut. Damn. Well, looks like the house has a new guest. I hope no more turn up. We only got 5 chairs. If you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Wait a minute. Yes? Who are you? Oh, I beg your pardon. Hardy's the name. Philip Hardy. Call me Phil. And you are? Trilby. Mr. Trilby, I'm afraid you are now a prisoner. Like me, like everyone else in the house. A prisoner? Don't ask me why, but once you get in, the house won't let you leave. I've tried all the doors and windows. None of them open. The garden wall's unclimbable, and I can't tunnel under it. But why? Who's keeping us here? Beats the hell out of me. Whoever it is, they will certainly not be safe from my fists once I get out of here. So if there's something new you're not telling me, now would be a good time to get it off your chest. I assure you I am completely mystified. So, how many more people are in this place? Only 3 more. First, there's Jim, the youngest. He turned up just after I did. He's a good kid. Second, Simone Taylor. You probably know her. I know her off the telly. She's a correspondent for the BBC. She came here to make some kind of documentary, I think, but now she's stuck here with us. Lastly, there's AJ. Skinny bloke with a stash. He won't tell us who he is or where he came from. All I know is that he's been here longer than anyone. Nearly a whole week. I think I've already met him. Oh, what a heartwarming story. Anyway, why don't you see if you can track them all down? I'm going to a house meeting in the lounge. Spread the word. I trust you'll enjoy your stay at the Foam Manor, Mr. Trilby. I still don't understand. Just find the others and tell them to meet up in the lounge. We can discuss things properly then. Okay. So basically, yeah, we're all stuck in here. Spooky! Trust me, it gets spookier as it goes on. It's just the quiet before the crap hits the fan. Oh, hello. Pardon me, madame. What? Oh, hello. Philip mentioned we had a new guest. You're Simone Taylor, right? Yes, you must have seen me on TV. And you are Trilby. Got a first name? No. Hey, wait a second. Not the cat burglar Trilby. Oh, wow. I presented a Crime Watch special on you once. Oh, man. I wish I had a camera right now. This could be huge. You wouldn't consent to an interview, would you? Madame, even if I did have a sudden retarding brain injury that would cause me to do so, don't you think our apparent imprisonment is a slightly more urgent matter? Well, I admit I thought so the first day I was here. But I've been here 4 days now, and I really think I'm learning a lot about this place. If I could just get these infernal doors open! Philip's calling a house meeting in the lounge. Yes, it's so like him to do that when a new face appears. I'll see you later, Mr. Trilby. So wait. She met up with Phil for him to tell her there's a new face, but Phil could have been bothered to tell her to, a strange woman, could have been bothered to tell her about the meeting? Well, I think Phil's just jerking us around. Let's go see if we can find Jim. I can already tell you we can't find AJ. Not yet, anyway. Get used to the walking noises, unfortunately. Is there someone up in the tree? Oh, hi. You're new. Have you come to set us free? No, apparently I'm a prisoner now too. I'm guessing you must be Jim. What were you doing in the tree? I thought I might be able to get over the wall. But the tree's too far. And there's this ravine just outside the wall too. I'll get that in a moment. Oh, I understand, yes. Philip wants us all to meet in the lounge. Oh, okay. I'll head there now then. Now here's a big question. If you recall at the very beginning of the game, we saw Defoe Manor. Where's the ravine in that image? And this is stuff that even Yahtzee himself has said, like, I couldn't have been bothered. He is a guy who will freely admit a lot of any issues you may have can be chalked up to sheer laziness. Oh, our new arrival has graced us with his presence. I expect there's a lot you want to know. Join the club. So let me see if I got this clear in my head. You're all trapped in this house by some invisible intelligence. Right? And you can't leave. Nope. And as soon as I entered, I became trapped too. Pretty much. Why? Why would anyone want to keep us prisoner here? Maybe they're just lonely. No, if they wanted company, they'd have shown themselves. Maybe they have. Maybe one of us is behind all this. Oh, don't be silly. Why would any of us want to trap a load of people here and pretend we didn't? I don't know, do I? I don't speak loony. We mustn't squabble amongst ourselves. Hampered by paranoia and suspicion, we'd only hinder each other. I suggest we assume for now that we four are all innocent. I agree with that. We five, including AJ. I couldn't find him anywhere. I saw him just after I arrived, but he ran away from me. Well, that's odd. Listen, Mr. Trilby, we work as a team in this house. That's how it's been since it started. So we all have to share information. No secrets. So why did you come to this house? He's a cat burglar. Why do you even have to ask? Well, I didn't come here to take part in some bizarre Big Brother event, that's for sure. Right, is there anything you know about this house that would help? Anything at all? I don't know much more than any of you. All I know is the last heir just died and it's supposed to be empty. Well, guess you're not much of a help then. But I suppose an extra pair of hands is always useful. I'm sorry, I'm still not completely clear on a few details. Do I get to ask you all some questions now? Sure. Just ask any one of us whatever you like. Okay, yeah, the game design on this is going to be a little stiff. So, Jim, yes? Tell me a bit about yourself. Like what? I don't know. Where were you before you came here? I was at St. Trinian's boarding school, not far from here. Been there since I was 10. My parents move around a lot, you see. How old are you now? Nearly 16. Oof. How did you come to be here? It was so stupid. I climbed over the school wall at lunchtime. We climbed over the school wall. Why? It was a dare. We were going to see how long it would take the school to find us. Then we came across this old house. And Richard dared me to knock on the door. He bet me £1 I wouldn't do it. My school was like that. Broke my collarbone playing pile-on once. Shut up, Phil. What happened next? Well, I was about to knock on the door, but it opened by itself. I heard Richard dare me to take a step inside. So you did, and the door closed behind you, and it wouldn't open again. Yeah. Your friends didn't call the police or anything? How should I know? I guess they didn't since nobody came. That was on Wednesday. The school probably know I'm gone now. I see. What do you know about the mansion? Not much. We could always just around see the roof around the playground wall. We all used to tell each other it was haunted. Why? Were there any stories or legends attached? Well, a friend of mine used to say a crazy hermit lived there, who killed people and ate them alive. Oh, well, I'm certainly reassured. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. Mr. Hardy? Yes, Mr. Trilby. Tell me a bit about yourself. About me? Well, I'm in what you call the import-export business. You're a thief. I am not a thief. I'm a treasure hunter. I only take what belongs to dead people, since they're not using it, you know? Our new friend here, he's a thief, true, but also a gentleman, and I only take what I'm sure no one's using, too. I'm sure that's a great comfort to them. How did you come to be here? Well, I came up here to look for some artifacts. And I'm sure you had the full consent of the Defoe solicitors to do so. Shut up. I just heard of some old family tomb somewhere under the building. I mean, really old. Anything inside probably doesn't belong to anyone, so finders keepers. I managed to call in a few favors to get over the ravine and the back wall. Then, of course, I couldn't get out again. How many people know you're here? A handful, I suppose. They wouldn't get suspicious till I go missing for months, though. What do you know about the mansion? Plenty. I read an article on this month's Treasure Hunting Monthly. It was built by some explorer guy, Sir Roger Defoe, or something like that. His wife died giving birth. He and his sons went missing sometime later. Hell, maybe the article could tell you better than I could. I'll let you borrow it. Thanks. Just don't mess it up too much. It's for my scrapbook. That's all I wanted to know. Righto. Miss Taylor. Yes? Tell me a bit about yourself. Why, that's so sweet of you to ask. We're in for it now. I'm a correspondent for the BBC, but you probably already knew that. I'm afraid I don't watch much television. Oh. Well, I do outside broadcasts for the news, mainly. Sometimes I present documentaries or variety shows. Whenever I'm needed, very much a Jill of all trades. How did you come to be here? I only came down here for a documentary. There's been a lot of interest in old ghost stories lately. We figured something on Defoe Manor would pull in the ratings. And not because it would make interesting viewing. This is why I hate television. Excuse me, I was talking. I arrived here before the camera crew. I was supposed to wait for them. But I couldn't resist just taking a walk around the grounds. Next thing I knew, I was in the backyard. I looked all over, but I couldn't find a way back to the front. How did that happen with the wall? It was my own fault, really. Yes, it was. What happened to your camera crew? I've no idea. They probably just left when I never showed up. I'm sort of glad they didn't get mixed up in this, too. Quite. What do you know about about the mansion? Well, I've heard some pretty disturbing stories about it. Here we go. There's been stories of weird happenings around it for decades. Ever since the first disappearance of the original owner and his son. People have gone missing in the area around the house more than anywhere else in the country. People from all walks of life. People like us? Don't say that. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. Anyone else see the pattern in all these stories? And which pattern would that be? Seems to me the house only traps people individually. It didn't try to trap Jim's friends or Simone's camera crew. By the way, look in the back, there's in the paint. It only is letting us in one at a time. You're talking about the house like it's intelligent. Surely it's more likely that there's just some joker behind all this. You can see a guy in the painting, maybe, but how did they know we were coming? How did it know to leave a window open for me, risking one of you finding it? You think the house is haunted? I wouldn't use that word, but I definitely have a very odd feeling. Like we're being watched, I suppose. Yeah? Maybe this is one of Simone's rating winners. Excuse me? Well, locking up people in a house against their will and secretly filming them? Sounds like a natural reality TV progression. It's also highly illegal. Wouldn't stop some people. Where the hell has AJ got to anyway? I was hoping he'd be here. He's been doing some research on the house. He was going to share it with us tonight. Maybe someone should go look for him. What? Now? It's getting pretty late. I admit, I'm beginning to feel tired. Yeah, me too. But what about AJ? I don't think there's any need to worry now. If he still hasn't turned up by morning, then we'll look for him. Oh, all right. But we look for him as soon as we get up. Day 2. What was that noise? Ah! Oh, Jesus! No! Simone! Philip! Jim! Oh, God! Who did this? What the? You did this? The welder. Stay back! I'm warning you! Who are you? It looks like him. And it was a nightmare, of course. Christ, I've never dreamed so vividly before. It was so disturbing. Oh, let's go take a look around. Let's try and see if we can find AJ, wherever he is. Hey, door's been busted open. Hey, Miss Taylor. Oh, hello, Mr. Trilby. How are you holding up? Oh, spare me the gallantry. I'm just fine. Did you break the lock on the door? No, I just came up here and it was like that. I suppose AJ must have done it. He must have been reading from that pile of books. I don't know exactly. I'd have to ask him. So I take it AJ hasn't turned up yet? No. Do you think he found a way out? If he did, he didn't have the decency to tell us. I wouldn't be surprised. He's kind of jumpy. Maybe he just saw an opportunity and took it. Maybe. What do you know about AJ? Not much. He refused to tell us anything about himself. Where he came from, why he came here, not even his full name. Kind of suspicious, isn't it? Do you think he has some kind of agenda? I really wouldn't know. Of course, you're no one to judge when it comes to withholding names. Sleep well? To be honest, not really. I had this terrible dream. Someone had killed you and Philip and Jim. I remember a huge guy with a welding mask. Let me guess. He took off the mask and looked exactly like you. No. Actually, he looked exactly like you. What does it mean? Frankly, I don't want to know. You know where the others are? Well, Phelps said he was going to the garden. I don't know where Jim is. And AJ's still missing. Thanks. See you later. Sure. So what do you think of this so far? Like I said, it's simple, it's basic, it's limited so far, but trust me, the story is where it counts as it keeps going. Oh, let's look at the painting. It's a portrait of an aging man in a safari suit. The plaque reads Sir Roderick Defoe. Jim? Hey, Mr. Trilby. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess. I had this really horrible dream. But you don't want to hear about it. I think we know what dream... You're taking this imprisonment thing very well, I must say. Well, it's not that different to boarding school, really. Except there's no one to hit you across the knuckles when you talk too much at night. Seen AJ anywhere? Not since yesterday morning. He seemed pretty anxious about something. Did he say what? No. Just said something about getting to the bottom of all this. And then he left the room and I never saw him again. Oh, that's cool. Send me a photo of it when you're done. What are you reading? Treasure Island. I found it in the living room. How are you liking it? Well, it's a bit heavy going. I think I prefer Terry Pratchett. Ha! You know where the others are? Well, I don't know where Mr. Hardy is, but Miss Tyler's up in the library. The library? On the second floor. I think she broke the door open or something. Thanks. That's all. Okay, Mr. Trilby. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go see if we can find Phil. Yeah, yep. Hey, Ingrid, don't know if I showed you this, but look what I got. The graphic novel version of Good Omens. Co-written by Terry Pratchett. So by the garden. Ah, there he is with a metal detector. Hey, Mr. Hardy. Well, look who's up. How are you doing? Oh, I'm just fine. And when I find the way out, I'll be even better. Are you the one who dug up half the lawn? Yeah, I was trying to dig my way out of this place. But the ground gets really solid 2 feet down and the wall foundation goes even further. Well, that would explain the holes nearest the walls. What about the others? All right, I was looking for treasure. Happy now? You want some kind of metal? Just professional interest, you understand? Any luck? With treasure? Nah. Found some kind of pipeline running under the lawn, but not much else. But you know what I've been doing though with the book though, Ingrid? I've been telling people this. I've been reading it alongside the audiobook that's read by the TV show's cast. Best reading experience. What are you doing with that metal detector? It's actually part of the plan to get out of here. Oh, good. I've heard there's some kind of family tube buried somewhere under the ground. If I can find it, there might be another way to the surface. And I presume any family valuables they have down there would be an unexpected bonus. Hey, judge not lest ye be judged yourself. You're a cat burglar, for God's sake. At least I have a sense of priorities. Well, when you found an escape route and saved us all, I'll be sure to apologize profusely. What do you know, and how do you know the tomb's there? I don't. That's what the metal detector's for. How do you know there's anything to detect? It's probably all stones and dusty corpse. Actually, you'd be surprised how much metal can be found in the tomb. But belt buckles, coffin handles, candlesticks. I don't think the detector would go gold, silverware, Implying something? Oh, goodness me, no. Listen, the tomb could be on the other side of the grounds for all you know. Sure, but this is as good a place as any to start. And until I see some compelling evidence for its location, I'll continue my systematic sweep. Can I borrow your metal detector? What do you want it for? Not sure yet. Brilliant. Well, I'll give you a shout when I'm finished with it. You know if AJ's turned up yet? Not to my knowledge. In fact, I don't think we'll be seeing him ever again. Why not? Well, if this is some kind of reality TV stunt, he must have been in on it. Maybe he's gone to file reports on how all the hidden cameras are working. I honestly doubt this is the work of the BBC, Philip. Do you have a better explanation? Not yet? Well then. Have you seen the others? Last I saw Jim, he was in the dining room. Don't know about the Taylor woman. Thanks. See you around. Whatever. Boyd, have you noticed that Phil's gone a bit snippier? I'll explain things a bit later. Too bad I can't speed up the walking cycle on this. That's probably one of the big downsides is the constant, walking, the doors, the same sound effects. That is by far the one annoyance. Let's go check the TV, see if there's any new news update. So that shadow again. Our top story this morning. Police are still baffled by the apparent disappearance of television personality Simone Taylor. Miss Taylor was due to film a documentary on the notorious Defoe Manor, but a camera crew reported that she never arrived. Police have been investigating the building, but so far have found no way to get inside. The Defoe family solicitor, Michael Chzo, has the only key to the building and is currently unavailable. Miss Taylor's disappearance, coinciding with the disappearance of a local youth from a nearby boarding school, simply add to the legend surrounding the mysterious Defoe Manor. Reports. Hold on, let me check. How old is this game? ...2003, so it's 22 years old now. So yeah, this was the early days of the adventure game studio. Well, okay, not the earliest early days. This is right as AGS was starting to hit its stride. An interesting thing about Yahtzee, he's the one who started the whole open source adventures project, Reality on the Norm. Oh boy, that's chilly. Which was basically a case of he would create characters and people can then add characters, create lore and everything. That was something he got the ball rolling on. A map is always handy. Let's take a look at the map. I'm the map, find them. Oh, I didn't want to read the article yet. It's an article cut from the magazine called Treasure Hunting Monthly. The mystery of Defoe Manor. Defoe Manor, one of the country's more notorious stately homes, is renowned for being a great source of untold wealth. But what is the curse that surrounds the creaking house? The mansion was built in the early 19th century by the legendary explorer Roderick Defoe in celebration of his retirement and marriage. Sir Roderick disappeared along with his only son on the 15-year anniversary of his wife's sudden death. After that, the house fell into the possession of a succession of heirs, most of whom died or disappeared in mysterious circumstances. 0 punctuation, actually, Ingrid. The house was left abandoned after the last heir was thought to have died in 1946, until the recent appearance of Clarence Defoe, who managed to prove his connection to the lineage and inherit the house. Okay, let's look at the map. It's a very old architectural plan at Defoe Manor. There's the faux manor with the underground tomb clearly marked as being under the front yard. Something odd about this map, like there's something missing. No, it's not that. There's something here and it doesn't belong. Something I won't recall seeing in the house. Hold on, so the first floor, so wait, there's the backyard. Wait, okay, there's the backyard. Hold on. Hey, wait, what is this thing? That's okay, Ingrid, it's okay. Well, we got the map, so I'll go sell this to Phil. And then get that, get the metal detector. Now, why am I looking for the metal detector? Well, let's take a look in the pool for a second. The water is deep and smells strongly of chlorine. There is a blurry shape visible in the water, but I can't tell what it is. Perhaps if the pool was drained, so we need to drain the pool. Well, let's show him, Mr. Hart. Hey, Mr. Hardy, I found this old map in the library. Did you? Take a look. The tomb is quite clearly under the front yard. But this is the backyard. There's no way into the front yard. Sucks, doesn't it? Well, I guess that's my escape plan out the window. Thanks a bunch, buddy. Don't mention it. Can I borrow the metal detector? Why the hell not? Take away my hopes, might as well take my only worldly possession too. Have fun with it. Thanks. Now, do excuse me. Jerk. Well then, he said he saw some pipes down there, so maybe this will tell us where the pump is. I can track where this pipe leads with the metal detector. The trail ends here. Kinda weird. And what do we have here? Philip's laborings must have covered it up. Oh, that didn't seem to do anything. Didn't it? Oh, there's the pool. Let's see what was in there. Uh-oh! Christ! Oh, Christ! Ugh! This is definitely the man I met in the landing. Presumably AJ. Looks like someone tied him into an iron hook on the bottom of the pool. But I think he was dead before then. His throat's been split open by some large-edged weapon. God, the stench! I've got to find the others. Dead? How? Murdered. He was stabbed to death, then tied to the bottom of the pool. Oh my God, you know what this means, don't you? We are the only ones in this house. The killer has to be one of us. Not necessarily. I don't think any of us could engineer... Shut up! It was you, wasn't it? You killed AJ, and now you're covering your tracks! Philip, you're being absurd! Why would Trophy tell us where the body is if he wanted to hide it? He's covering his tracks! He was the last one to arrive. Don't tell me you're not a bit suspicious of him. Look, what happened to AJ was a terrible thing. But if we let it tear us apart, we could all go the same way. He's got a point, Philip. Oh, I see. You're all in on this together. Philip, shut up! As far as I'm concerned, there's no one I can trust anymore. From now on, it's every man for themselves. I'll explain a bit more about Philip's attitude. Philip! Idiot! He's shaken. We all are. So, what do you think? About AJ, I mean. I'm really not sure. I think we're being haunted. Oh, well, at least someone's keeping their head. Look, I'm not exactly in love with such an unscientific idea as a murderous ghost. But nothing other than the supernatural could have engineered this situation. And this house has a bad history. A history I think it's time I started looking into. Well, you do whatever you want. I think I'm going to look into AJ's death with a slightly more sensible attitude. Where's Jim? Someone should tell him about AJ. I think he went upstairs. I'll go look for him. Father? Jim? Jim, is that you? What are you doing, Father? What? Father! No! No, don't! Father! Father! Hold on! Father. Wah! Mr. Trilby! That was effective, I will give! Day 3. Jim! Sorry, Mr. Trilby, you wanted me to wake you. Did I? You remember yesterday? You told me about AJ, then said you were going to look into the house? Then you asked me to wake you this morning so you could get started? Yes, I remember. Thank you, Jim. Anytime. I want to explain a bit about Phil, but I gotta wait until a certain point before I do that. Otherwise, I will be spoiling things. This morning, in other news, Michael Chatham, solicitor of the Defoe estate, was found dead this morning in his office. Mr. Chatham was found to have hanged himself, and a ruling of suicide has already been declared. This is the latest in a recent string of deaths and disappearances connected to the mysterious Defoe manor. A string which began with the murder-suicide of Sir Clarence Defoe and his young wife, and has seen more recently the disappearance of BBC reporter Simone Taylor. Police were hoping to acquire the key to Defoe Manor in order to investigate, but the location of the key was known only by Mr. Chatham himself. Numerous television stars have already come forward to pay tribute to Miss Taylor as it becomes increasingly apparent that disappeared. Oh, I missed what he said. Darn it! Hold on. Let me load up my video and what it said on the stream. Something tells me this wouldn't even be that, and there wouldn't even be that much coverage if there wasn't a celebrity involved. Yeah, he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. Wait, is there anything hidden here? Nope, nothing hidden. Well, let's see if we can find Simone first. Probably back in the library. So what do you think of the mystery so far? Nope, she's not here. Oh, look at the painting again. It's a portrait of a wizened, bearded old man in a safari suit. The plaque reads Sir Roderick Defoe. Hello, Philip. Leave me alone, cat burglar. Feeling any better this morning? Oh, I'm just peaches. Now go away. What are you doing? None of your business. Are those maps of the house? Yes, they're maps. I'm going to find a way out. Then I'm going to get away from this madhouse once and for all. And after that, if I ever see your smug, pinstripe-wearing face again, it'll be a million years too soon. You go get a drink. Come on, Phil. None of us could possibly have killed AJ. Hey, you want to bet? You're over 6 foot. You could have done it easily. Maybe I could have, but I didn't. Prove it. You know I can't. Well then. You know your attitude could be the death of us. It's certainly going to be the death of you if you don't get out of my face! Have you seen the others? No! All I know is they're not here bothering me. Why don't you go join them? Well, catch you later. Notice how on edge he is now. Again, I will explain that. I really wanted to, but there's a little moment I have to get through first. What's this? I just found it here like this. Do you know whose it is? Yeah, it's mine. Did you bring it in here last night or something? Of course not. It was in the front yard, and there's no way into the front yard. Maybe someone's trying to help us? Maybe. I'll go and find the others and let them know about it. Sure. Yeah, even Yahtzee would say, there's no explanation. Friendly ghosts. Great. My lockpicks are here. They must have fallen out of my pocket while I was getting out of the car. Convenient. I'll hide an emergency pick in the lining of my tie, like I usually do, except this time. Why didn't you do it this time, Trilby, if you do it usually? There we go. Okay, we got a pickaxe. And a saw. Well, I think Simone's probably with AJ. Again, there's a lot of plot holes. Like I said, that Yahtzee just couldn't be arsed. Simone? Oh, Trilby, how's the ghost hunt going? How are you feeling? Fine, thank you. You're not too shaken about AJ? I don't have time to be shaken about AJ. Whoever did this to him might still be around. Once we're safely out of harm's way, then I'll think about being shaken. What are you doing? I'm investigating. Like we all should be doing. So what do you conclude? I found his wallet. He had ID for almost every government agency I can think of. Everything from MI6 to CID. Really? I think he might have been sent to investigate the house. Some kind of secret mission. That's why he never told us anything about himself. It would make sense, certainly. And I'd say this constitutes a pretty spectacular failure of that mission. Any clue who did this? It must have been a pretty big fella, I think. Armed with a large slashing weapon, like a machete. And I found a piece of leather. Leather? Like Philip's jacket? No, it wasn't black. Brown leather, like from an old-fashioned blacksmith's apron. Oddly specific. This was a torn-off piece in AJ's hand. I see. Someone brought my car into the backyard. Yes, I noticed. It's your car, is it? Did you bring it in here? Trilby, I have no idea where it came from or how. I'm just glad to see a bit more color about the place. I see. You know where the others are? Sorry, Trilby. I haven't seen either of them since yesterday. See you later. Sure. Now, I did notice there's something wrong with one of the holes. Let's look at the map again. According to the map, there should be a stairwell right behind this wall. Well then. Knock, knock. Interesting. Chains. Oh, are these manacles? What the hell was this room used for? Curiouser and curiouser. Well, we got a big saw, but we need 2 people. I know Phil's not going to be of any use. Let's see if he knows anything about the car. Nope, can't ask him about the car. Well, let's go ask Jim to help us out. Any other books I can grab? Jim? Yeah? Have you seen Phil or Simone? Mr. Hardy's in the dining house, shouting at everyone who comes in. Miss Taylor said she was investigating AJ. Thanks. What are you doing? I'm just looking for stuff on the house. Why? Don't know. Yes, you do, Jim. Why? Because I want to help. But I'm not sure what I could do. What do you think we should do next? I think we should do as much research in the house as we can. Never mind. So hold on. Let me check if there's... Oh, there's a book about the Defoe Manor. I think it's about time I read up on the Defoe family. Yes, we should. A History of Defoe Family, Volume 7. Roderick Defoe, later Sir Roderick Defoe, is probably the most famous of the lineage. Using a lot of inheritance he attained when his parents died suddenly, he embarked on a series of adventures throughout the globe, earning quite a reputation as a colonial explorer. He retired from adventuring at the age of 40 when he met his future bride, Belinda Rossman, and fell instantly in love. He built a luxury manor in the English countryside, and the couple moved in as soon as work was complete. By all accounts, the couple were deliriously happy, which is what made Belinda's sudden death while giving birth to their only son, Matthew, all the more tragic. Sir Roderick was in mourning for a long time, leaving the upbringing of Matthew in the hands of numerous nannies and tutors. When he finally did start taking an interest in his son, he was known to be bitterly disappointed, as his son rejected the idea of joining the army, preferring to pursue art and literature. As Matthew neared the age of 15, however, he and his father seemed to grow closer. They didn't always see eye to eye, but they seemed to understand each other and offer unconditional love. And then on Matthew's 15th birthday, he and Roderick disappeared. A servant found bloodstains in one of the rooms, but no bodies were found. The fate of Sir Roderick and his wayward son remains a mystery to this day, the first of many mysterious disappearances connected to the Defoe line and the family house. Interesting? Jim, yeah? You want to tag along with me? Sure. I promise not to get in the way. Jim, give me a hand with this. Timber! Boy, that was poorly done. Why did we cut the tree down, Mr. Trilby? I'm not exactly sure. I know it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. Well, since we got our, lockpicks, let's see if we can unlock one of the doors. There we go, unlocked. Another book. Empty. Anything over here? Empty. Wait, what are these scratches? They don't look like they were made by human fingernails. Okay, let's take a look at the other book. The Diary of Sir Roderick Defoe. March 5th, 1805. Work in the house is going well. It should be completed by the end of July. Belinda is already excited about the forthcoming wedding and spends many hours of the day going over even the smallest detail over and over again. Not since our early courtship has she been so giddy with joy. It softens my heart to see her smile, and she smiles often. I'm wondering why I didn't retire sooner. August 12th, 1805. I am only now having the opportunity to write this. It has been a most hectic day. The wedding went without a hitch, and the house was ready for us to move in as soon as the ceremony was over. Belinda insisted on consummating our marriage immediately. I'm sure, dear diary, this house can expect to hear the laughter of children before 1806 is out. February 14th, 1806. Romantic day for our announcement. The physician has just left, confirming that Belinda is with child. A child we can expect to be born in June. We've already decided to name the child Matthew if it's a boy or Jane if a girl. June 28th, 1806. Belinda is dead. I will never forget her face. Ash gray, contorted with pain. The child is healthy. Would that it had never come about and spared me this fresh hell. May 24th, 1820. Matthew showed me the painting of the grounds he had created. I worry about the boy. Why can't he have healthier interests, like soldiering? The painting was fair, I suppose, but I would rather my child be less of a weakling. June 28th, 1821. It is the anniversary of the night I unleashed a horror which I tonight shall remove from this world. May God forgive me. That's the last entry. Well, what do you know? It opened. Of course, since it overlooks the backyard, this doesn't help me much. What are you doing, Mr. Trilby? Just popping out for some fresh air. Why don't you wait for me in the library? Oh, okay. A loose tile. Well, I know what to use this for. Whee! First things first, let's open the door. It was deadbolted. Nothing here but his old diary. And why the hell not? A teddy bear! Nothing in there, so let's look at the old diary. The Secret Diary of Matthew Defoe. June 28th, 1814. Today is my 8th birthday. Nanny said I would soon be a big, strong man like my father. I wanted to see him today, but he wouldn't come out of his study all day. Nanny says he always gets cross on this day, but it's not because of me. Wonder why? Okay, we know the mother died in birth, but he's not, and it makes Roderick mad, but it's not at Matthew. August 5th, 1817. I found a new friend. He's behind the door in the kitchen, and he doesn't have a name. He likes me to sit and talk to him, but Father gets very angry when he finds me doing this. That's where we found the hole in the wall with the manacles. I asked Father who the boy behind the door was, but he told me there was no boy behind the door, and it was just a silly fantasy. May 24th, 1820. I show Father the painting I just finished. He said it was quite good, which is the best thing he's ever said. While he was in a good mood, I asked if I could go and look behind the door in the kitchen. He pretended not to hear me. June 28th, 1821. My father has done a terrible thing. All this time he pretended there was no boy behind the door, and now this. There is blood all over the kitchen floor. I will do what I can. Then we can be a family together and be happy. That's where it ends, except for a little ink blotches underneath the text. I think I've read enough to have some idea of what's going on here. If there's a ghost in this place, there must be some connection to the disappearance of Sir Roderick and Matthew Defoe. Was Matthew schizophrenic or something? Did Sir Roderick kill him and disappear to avoid the law? It's odd that neither of their bodies were ever found. If I could find Matthew's body, perhaps I can get to the bottom of this. Maybe there's a book or something in the library that could help me. See what I mean? Now we're getting interesting! Why not? I could sort of go do it with a laugh. What's the book? It's a book on white magic. Finding a person from their possession. Tie the possession in question to a stick and dip it in salt. Next, wave it over the place where the subject sleeps. When you hold it in front of you, the object should now indicate in which direction the owner lies. Well, we got the teddy bear that belonged to Matthew. A little macabre, perhaps, but never mind. And we know where there's a huge bag of salt. So, bear on a stick. Sounds tasty. So, we'll take this over and we'll get this salted first. So, Ingrid, if you want, start throwing some theories. I won't confirm, but just throw them out what you're thinking. Okay, we got a salted bear. Let's wave this around where Matthew slept. Now wait, I just realized, where did the staff sleep? I guess that'll do. Now I personally already know where they're at. Seems to be indicating to my left. Okay, so let's try and find them. Indicates northeast. Southeast. South. Straight down. Matthew Defoe, I presume. Did Sir Roderick keep him down here? No, he can't have done. There has to be, there'd be mention of it in one of the books I read. So, hold on. I don't think that's Matthew's hand. There's another corpse down here. Looks like the body of a much older man. You know, I have a feeling this is Sir Roderick. Judging by the ribs, he was killed by a large stabbing weapon. But by whom? What was that? Sounded like it came from the other side of the house. There's another reason. You're on the right track, but not quite. You are on the right track. Doesn't seem to be picking up anything. Maybe I should try again later. There's the totem, the idol. This really is a horrendously ugly little wooden idol. Hang on. What are these little stains? Day 4. That was sudden. Ah! Phil! And this is not a dream. Ooh! Father, why? Oh God, my head. What? What the hell happened last night? I remember. Oh God, Philip! Did I kill Philip? I don't remember anything. Last thing I remember is putting my hand on that idol. I've got to warn the others. I won't go spoil too much about the idol yet. Let me just say though, whoever touches it gets possessed, and this Philip is the one who killed AJ. It's never confirmed, but that's what Yahtzee said. Philip is the one who killed AJ. Snapped it, is doing the same exact thing that Trilby did. Touched the idol, killed him, freaked out, tossed him in the pool. That's why he's been freaking out so much. We'll go more into it, but I wanted to clarify that part. They left me the teddy bear. It's locked. God knows where they found the key. It's stuck shut. Hello? Is there anyone out there? Quiet! Simone? Is that you? Yes, I'm keeping guard. Why? Shut up! You killed Philip! Don't even try to deny it. I did? Don't play games with me. I'm keeping guard here until the police get into the grounds. Then I'm handing you over. Simone, what do you want now? What makes you think I killed Philip anyway? Oh, well, let me see. First, Jim and I are attacked by some huge guy in a welding mask and apron with a machete, but managed to get away. Then we came into the kitchen and find a huge guy in a welding mask and apron unconscious next to Philip's corpse. And when we took the mask off, lo and behold, it's you. Look, you got it all wrong. Oh, really? Well then, let's hear your version. I was possessed by the ghost. Oh, now that impresses me. Did you think of that all by yourself? It's the truth, I swear. Shut up. Just shut up. Now this is him going to stretch things out. He's going to try. Okay, the point of this dialogue puzzle is to convince her that we want to commit suicide so we can get our tie back, which has the spare lockpick so we can use to get out. It possessed me just like it did when I killed AJ. What are you talking about now? The ghost. It talks to me late at night when no one else can hear. Trying to make me do things. Evil things. Shut up! It never leaves me alone. I can't sleep. Then I have the blackouts. I'll wake up with blood all over me in an unfamiliar place. It's happened so many times now, I can't count them. Shut up! Kill AJ. Kill Philip. Kill everyone. It wouldn't leave me alone. I'm warning you. I still think I can get rid of the voice with your help. My help? If you'll just let me out of here. You can help me exercise it. There's probably some stuff in the library about... No way! You really think I'm stupid? There's no ghost, it's just you. You and your insanity. Sooner the police get here, the better. Let's do that again. I chose the wrong one. I'm delirious with guilt most of the time. I can see the face of every poor innocent I've killed every time I close my eyes. Most evenings I cry so hard, I vomit several times. Sometimes I just want this nightmare to end. If death came right now, I'd welcome it. Oh God, Simone, let me have my tie back. Your tie? Please. Oh, to hell with it! Have it, you psycho! Yeah, what a great performance! I'll just slip it on. And here's my emergency lockpick. See, this demonstrates the importance of foresight. So yeah, we BS'd our way. There we go, unlocked. Where's Simone got to now? I've got to get to her and Jim. I got to get her and Jim to believe me about the idol. Where is the idol? It's Philip. Someone has run him through with a machete. The worst part of it is that someone was probably me. I would really rather not touch him. Okay, won't touch him. Now, obviously with, oh, let's go back. It's a portrait of a skeleton in a bloodstained safari suit. The plaque reads Sir Roderick Defoe. First, let's go quickly check the TV, because I'm not going to have a chance to do it any other point. Defoe Manor, the luxurious country home for a respectable aristocratic family, or the eerie home of a dark, infallible secret. Why have so many people disappeared around the manor? What did happen to Sir Roderick Defoe and his teenage son? Is there really some kind of ghostly horror lurking in the basement? All this and more on The Haunting of Defoe Manor, tonight at 9, only on BBC Two. Now, believe it or not, we're about to go to the only point where you can die. Which I won't. No one in here either. Where the hell is everyone? Trilby! Simone, before you say anything, I know you didn't really kill Philip or AJ. You do? I figured you were lying to get me away from the shed. I saw him again. Who? The killer! The guy in the welding mask. I spotted him downstairs, but he didn't see me. And I can't find Jim anywhere. Simone, you have to listen to me. The ghost? Oh, shut up about your ghost! This isn't a ghost. It's a regular flesh and blood psycho. Speak of the devil. Hee! Do something! Jim! Oh my God! Jim? That was a short day. How is he? He's awake. He's fine. Doesn't remember anything. Just like I didn't. Look, I only sort of half believe this possession thing right now, but in the absence of a better suggestion, I guess I'm going along with it. Have you been going over those books I was carrying? Yeah, some text on the occult. Apparently, if we want to destroy the thing, we have to get the spirit back into his old body. That'll make it a quasi-mortal. It'd still be dangerous, but not unkillable. We have to find the body first. And to do that, we have to know who the ghost is. I have been thinking about this, and I have a fairly workable theory. Yes, I have a couple of ideas about it myself. Right. Well, the ghost is something to do with the disappearance of Roderick and Matthew Defoe, right? The death and disappearance all started after that. Agreed. So, what do you think? I think Sir Roderick had more than one son. I think Sir Roderick had more than one son. Yes! Because of what I read in Sir Roderick's diary. Exactly! He makes reference to some monster he helped create, and he doesn't mean Matthew. And Matthew talks about another boy in the house, a boy behind the kitchen door. And those manacles indicate that someone was kept imprisoned in the basement. Where do you think this other son came from? I want to hear what you think first. I think Belinda Defoe gave birth to twins. I agree with that. I found Belinda's death certificate. She died about 20 minutes after Matthew was already out. I think it was the second son that did her in. Sir Roderick was practically insane with grief. Blamed the poor kid for her death, kept him locked in the basement, refused to even acknowledge his existence. Can you imagine what that must have been like for the boy? Growing up in the filthy grottos like some kind of animal, given no education, no love, the boy would be completely retarded and insane. He probably couldn't tell the difference between one person and another. That's why he kills absolutely everyone who enters the house. He thinks they're all Sir Roderick, come to torment him some more. But what happened on that day 15 years ago when Sir Roderick and Matthew disappeared? You found their corpses in the basement, so they were obviously murdered. Question is, how and why? Sir Roderick went mad and tried to kill him. Yes! Remember in Sir Roderick's diary in the last entry, he talks about destroying the monster. He must have gotten really drunk, and it being the anniversary of Belinda's death didn't help. He went down to the basement and beat the poor kid to death. Half to death. Matthew found the body afterwards and tried to bandage him up. Matthew wasn't the sharpest tool in the box. His brother lived on for a bit longer, long enough to get a mask and machete and to kill both his father and Matthew. Then he must have just died of his wounds. Jesus! And we're going to try to destroy his ghost? None of anything that happened to him is his own fault. What little mind he had is no more. All he has now is hate. If we don't kill him, he'll kill us all. There's no reasoning with him. I suppose you're right. It's very sad, really. What will you do now? I'm going to find his body. Then I'm going to figure out how to bring his soul back to it and destroy him. Well, let me know if I could be of any help. I will. Good luck. Thanks. So yeah! Like I said, you were kind of close, Ingrid. Mr. Trilby? Yes? Can I ask you a favor? Sure. I still have the mask and apron and the knife from last night. Could you take them and throw them away for me? I really don't like having them around. Sure. Thank you. No, thank you. Jim? Yes? How are you feeling? My head still hurts a bit, and I feel a bit woozy. Apart from that, I'm fine. What happened last night exactly? Well, me and Miss Taylor were in the living room. Then this big man entered in a mask and tried to kill us with a big knife. We were able to get away, but then we heard Mr. Hardy screaming and Miss Tyler told me to wait here. A bit later, she came back and told me that it was you in the mask. I didn't really believe that. She went off to keep guard or something. Then I went into the trophy room and found this wooden and doll thing on the floor. Next thing I remember, I was in the bathroom and my head really hurts. Did I really try to kill you? No. But something did, through you. I don't like this place anymore, Mr. Trilby. You and me both. See you later. Okay. Well, if there was a book on white magic in that room, there's probably a book on black magic too. There must be something about summoning angry spirits in here. The art of black magic and necromancy. Summoning angry spirits to their body. Murderous wraiths are nigh indestructible when they can hop from body to body, but tying them down to their old bodies returns them to partial mortality, a state in which they can be destroyed. Simply enough, place the spirit's original body in a place of fire and death. Return it to its clothes. Then read aloud the following passage, omitting nothing. There's just a lot of magic gobbledygook here. When I want to read it out, I should use the book on myself. Warning, the summoning of a wrath will often bring forth other unquiet spirits who will haunt those who hold their possessions. Interesting? So in other words, say if I give someone Matthew's teddy bear, Matthew will take over them. Oh, painting's gone. blank canvas. How'd those scissors get here? I cut a thin strip off the apron. Tie it up to a bit of wood for the handle of the knife. And because it was so important to him, we'll tie it to the welding mask. Simone? Shelby? What am I supposed to... I don't need to go over that. How are you feeling? I'll feel a lot better once we get out of this madhouse. Well, let's check the news one last time. Budget. We go now to Peter Daltrey, reporting from the gates of Defoe Manor. Over the last couple of hours, a large number of police cars have gathered around the mansion grounds. I'm not actually sure what the official position is. I've heard reference to a hiker hearing suspicious noises coming from the mansion over the last couple of nights. What's happening there now, Peter? Well, since I arrived here, there have been 3 attempts to break down the front doors, all unsuccessful. I understand the authorities are still waiting to hear word from Michael Casham's office about getting hold of the key. Defoe Manor is, of course, reported to be the last known location of missing news reporter Simone Taylor. Afraid... Oh. They're still trying to get us. They're still trying to get in. Well, first we gotta put salt. We gotta cover this thing in salt. And we know where he slept. I guess this must have been where he slept if he was chained to these all the time. Now, here comes the real head scratcher of where the body ended up and how. Again, raises all sorts of questions. But I do have a theory that I will explain later. Southeast. East. Straight down. Let's get the blade back and the machete back. I can lever up the floor with the machete. Pay dirt. Whoa, those bowls are pretty oddly shaped. I think this kid must have been born deformed. So how did he get up here and how did he get underneath? My guess is the keepers, the staff and everything hit him. You're coming with me. I know exactly what to do and we're almost done. Give me another 10 minutes. A room full of death. No better than a taxidermist's place. Let's put the body on the floor. I guess this would count as a room of fire and death. Somehow, I don't think I've improved his looks. Simone? Shelby? Could you meet me in the trophy room? Do you have a plan? Yes, I have a plan. Okay then. Let's get Phil and then let's get Jim down here. And let's deal with this, and let's put the poor boy out of his misery. Jim, yes? Could you go down to the trophy room? Why? I have a plan. Well, okay. I like the music here, even though it's just a standard, royalty-free music or whatever. We will not be getting original music until Trilby's notes. Okay, let's give Jim the bear. Could you hold on to this for me, Jim? Whatever you say. And let's give Simone Sir Roderick's gun. Whoa, this thing's heavier than it looks. I'm not carrying this around everywhere. I better find a place to put it down. Could you hold this onto this for me, Simone? Is this part of the plan? Or do you just get a kick out of seeing women with big guns? Please, Simone. Oh, all right. Ah, nope. Let us summon him. Here goes nothing. In this hall of death, and by the light of Prometheus' gift, I call thee. I bring thee gift that may tempt thee back. I bring thee thy helm that thy would be masked. I bring thee thy armor that thy would be clothed. I bring thee thy sword that thy would be armed. Come! 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 Whoa! Jesus Christ! What now? Trilby, what? You! I knew you were evil from the moment you came into this world, demon child! May God forgive me for having a part in your creation! Why did you kill me, brother? I helped you when you were injured. I bandaged you when our father made his mistake. No mistake, young one. Now do you see why I try to keep you away from this creature? It has no understanding of human ways. You're wrong, father. If you'd given him a chance to be normal, cease your prattling, Matthew. It's time to put an end to the horror I unleash. What are you doing, father? Father, no! Father! Father! Oh! Whoa! I think now would be a good time to take our leave. Whoosh! Miss Taylor, over here! What the hell's been going on in there? We've been trying to get in there for hours, and suddenly the place catches fire and the door bursts open. And you two, us two, where's Trilby? I thought he was right behind us. You're saying there was someone else in there? Trilby! Trilby! Wait a second. Trilby the cat burglar? Yes! Get someone in there, he could be in trouble. Maybe the ghost got him. Ghost? I think we better get you two down to the station. But Trilby, the fire brigade will find him if he's there. In the meantime, if you'd like to step this way. Death, of course, comes to us all. It came to Sir Roderick Defoe and his youngest son in the shape of each other. Was destroying the ghost the right thing to do? It was acting like any other dumb animal. Oh well, I guess he and his family will have plenty of time to discuss it, wherever they are. As for me, well, I have no complaints. I've lived a life many would consider out of the ordinary, and I have only one regret. Leaving Simone and Jim to explain it all to the police. That was hardly gentlemanly conduct for a gentleman thief, but I'm sure they understand that rushing out into a field full of police officers wouldn't have been a good idea. Fair point? It's going to be a long walk home, and I have some important matters to attend to. I have to track down my fence for one thing. Then I have to punch him very hard in the face. And that's the first game! So, yeah, nice, simple, basic game. Obviously, not an overarching story being sought out yet, but it would come later. But yeah, good murder mystery for an old-fashioned game from 2003. Well, let me put it this way. The tale of the young Defoe boy and the idol and everything, we ain't done yet. We are not done yet. By the way, I want to show off this little interview thing. Welcome back to the Simone Taylor interview. My next guest is amateur game designer Yahtzee, who is joining me here in the Defoe Manor Lounge to talk about 5 Days a Stranger. Unfortunately, Yahtzee couldn't be with us in person tonight, but we have been able to channel his spirit through an adolescent border collie. Yahtzee, welcome. Nice to be here. So, 5 Days a Stranger, winner of 5 AGS Awards, nominated for a DIY Games Game of the Year. Where did it all begin? Well, Simone, the idea first came to me while playing a hentai game called Nocturnal Illusion. I found myself, whoa, slow down. Hentai game? Yes, as in Japanese cartoon porn? Look, we can't control where inspiration strikes from. It's just the concept of isolation in the mysterious house that got me thinking if... Exactly how close did you intend to follow your source material? Were you playing some kind of gangbang scene at any point? I don't really think this is relevant. I was the only woman in this game. I will not be able to sleep at night until I learn the answer to this question. No, I wasn't planning a gangbang scene. Thank you, that's all I wanted to know. So, were you playing a hentai game and after you finished wanking? Look, I object to this style of questioning. You're getting fixated on the hentai game when it was just one of several influences. Okay, so how much porn did you need before you could start on the game? That's it, this interview's over. Aren't you gonna storm out? This is kind of embarrassing. I kind of couldn't be arsed to make walking sprites for this dog. That's been your problem all over, hasn't it? You have these visions of games, then you just can't be arsed to put all the necessary effort in. I don't understand your attitude, Simone. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't even have been in this game. Oh, and I'm supposed to thank you for that, am I? You could have at least drawn us some damn food. I lost 2 stone while I was stuck in here. I explained this in the commentary. God, you're pathetic. And it becomes even more pathetic when you realize that you're writing all of my dialogue and I'm still insulting you. Hey, yeah, I am the omnipotent master of this realm. Shazam! You bastard! You turned me into an adolescent border collie as well. To be precise, a female adolescent border collie in heat. Let's shag. Did you remember to draw shagging dog sprites? Oh, fuck. But yeah, again, this was a good... Now, he would not come up with the 4th story until after completing the next game, and now it's more out of necessity than anything else. In fact, the real meat of the story doesn't come until the 3rd game, Trilby's Notes. But the next game is going to be something interesting. I like to show the commentary. In fact, I may come back to this game and do the commentary track at some point. But of course, it's been an hour and a half, and I don't want to go through all that again. But so next time we stream on Thursday, it'll be 7 Days of Skeptic as we go in where we just want to go into space. That's a reference for the game. But yeah, so yeah, we're basically going from Friday the 13th to Jason X right away. As we have the welder in space, as well as we get a name for him, but we don't know that yet. So yeah, and thank you for joining. Give me your thoughts overall. What did you think of the story, Ingrid? And anyone else that's here, what did you all think of the story overall? So far, I mean, of this game. Because that's clearly the best part of this story is this game is the story. And notice, as I said, where the hell is the ravine? There's no ravine here anywhere. Again, Yahtzee could have been arsed. Yep. Well, again, wait until we get to and go further. But yeah, I'll see you guys all on the next one on Thursday.